This is Top Accolade African News Roundup. I am Abiodun Mohammed. The Financial Action Task Force plans to put Democratic Republic of Congo on a list of countries subject to increased monitoring. The country's Communications Minister Patrick Muyaya said on Saturday, Congo, a major cobalt and copper producer, will go on a global financial crime watchdog's grey list of deficient countries no later than October 21st for shortcomings in stamping out financial corruption, including money laundering and anti-terrorist financing. Finance Minister Nicolas Kazadi said on Friday that Congo was under enhanced surveillance by the Financial Action Task Force and assured ministers that it would follow its recommendations. In addition to further task force scrutiny, countries on the grey list risk reputational damage, ratings adjustment, trouble obtaining global finance, and higher transaction costs. 23 countries are on the list, including African nations Mali, Uganda, Senegal, Burkina Faso, and Morocco. Namibian President Hage Geingob on Monday hosted Qatar's Energy Minister Saad bin Sherida Al-Kabi for talks on energy cooperation between the two countries. According to the Namibian presidency, Monday's meeting discussed recent oil discoveries in Namibia and plans between the two countries to move from the discovery and development phase to derive benefits for both countries and their people. Namibia and Qatar signed an energy cooperation agreement in March 2022, which provides the framework for cooperation between Qatar Energy and the National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia Exploration and Production, NAMCOR E&P, to support and develop a sustainable upstream oil and gas sector in the southern African country, including the provision of opportunities for the training and development of NAMCOR employees in industry-based skills. With the oil drilling plans underway, Namibia is confident the product can bolster its economy in the coming years. In July, Jennifer Kumali, chairperson of National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia, told newsmen that the oil discoveries could help double the country's economy by 2040. Researchers in Rwanda are carrying out experiments on 20 degraded indigenous tree species so as to recommend those that are resistant to drought and can sequester large quantities of carbon dioxide to cope with climate change. Environmentalists want the issue of climate finance to restore degraded forests, including native and natural forests, be discussed for more funding at the forthcoming 27th United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP27, scheduled from November 6th to 18th, 2022 in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. Aloisi Manishimwe, a conservation expert and researcher with the Center of Excellence in Biodiversity and Natural Resource Management at University of Rwanda, who is part of about 10 researchers' team on mission to save the species, told pressmen that they are examining the sensitivity of indigenous trees species to increased temperatures in Rwanda as tree mortality increases due to global warming. The 20 native tree species are found in and around Yungwe Forest, Arboretum Forest, and Ibana Makera Natural Forest, where experiments are being carried out. She said that so far, according to preliminary results, the team has found about 7 native tree species that could effectively respond to increased temperatures. South Africa's Kumba iron ores production and exports will be hampered by a strike at state-owned logistics company Transnet, the miner said on Monday. Transnet, which operates South Africa's freight rail network and all of the country's ports, declared force majeure at its ports on Thursday after some workers began a strike over wages. Kumba, which exports the bulk of its iron ore to China, Europe, Japan, and South Korea, expects to produce and export between 38 million and 40 million tons of the mineral this year. The company's production and export were 40.9 million tons and 40.2 million tons respectively in 2021. The United National Transport Union, UNTU, and the South African Transport and Allied Workers Union, SATAU, which together represent most Transnet workers, last week turned down Transnet's offer of a 3% to 4% wage rise, saying it was below South Africa's annual inflation rate, which was 7.6% in August. Brighton midfielder Enoch Mwepu has been forced to retire from football at the age of 24 because of a hereditary heart condition. The Premier League club said Mwepu would be at an extremely high risk of suffering a potentially fatal cardiac event if he continued playing. Mwepu had recently fallen ill on a trip with the Zambian national team to Mali. He was unable to train after arriving in West Africa last month and spent 4 days in hospital. Mwepu had tests on his return to England, and Brighton said the results meant the only option was for him to retire. Mwepu said he was retiring with sadness, adding he had lived his dream by reaching the Premier League, but that some dreams come to an end. The player joined Brighton from Red Bull Salzburg on a 4-year deal for a fee reported to be £80 million in July 2021. That is the size of top Accolade Africa News Roundup. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy New Week.